Good evening, friends. Anand Thakkar here. Uh, just uh, just got out of home after a mild drizzle, and I'm just outside, about 10-15 kilometers outside of uh, my small town, Bits Pilani, here in Rajasthan, about 250 kilometers north of Jaipur, and just want to, show you a uh, nice area around. And this road has been done recently, about last year. Otherwise it was a very bad road. This is called as Rajgarh Road, and now I'm in Churu district. So say Bits Pilani is in a district called Jhunjhunu, and now I'm in a district called Churu. So Churu is actually is one of the biggest districts in Rajasthan, and it's also known for very hot and very cool. So both the climates are very extreme in Churu. Extremely cold in winter, say now in December, Jan, and extremely hot in the midsummer. So I'm actually, as you can see here, I have just bought a new headlight yesterday. Just saw it in a nearby shop, and today I want to check how powerful the beam is, and so probably after a while, after about 7:30, maybe another half an hour from now, it will be slightly dark, and then I'm probably going to see how effective it is, and I'm sure it will be very good. What I've observed is now this road is marked very well. I am on the left of white strip, and I have got clear 3-4 feet on the left of white strip, at least 3.5 feet. Now here, even on the left of road, there is some portion of ground available, but many of the patches I have gone through across long distance rides. What happens is the shrubs are very adjacent to the road, and suddenly in darkness, where there are no lights outside of villages or cities, now the dogs suddenly jump on the road, and even there are these buffaloes, small and big, cows, and they are kind of grazing many times. You don't see them in the darkness, and suddenly they jump, they come on the road. So having a very high beam and very bright light right on your head is important, because the one on the handlebar here, most friends would put it on the handlebar, but there are a lot of limitations there, and it can go bad, especially on bad roads. It can fall off, and some problems there. So I prefer to put it on my head, and it's fairly big. It's not Chinese, hopefully, but I know that most of these things are now imported via some other channels, and they just stamp some local company stamps up north here. But anyway, for me, I just bought it in the local shop, and they told me that farmers buy it for their purpose in the farm in the late hours, and in the very early morning dawn hours, let's say around 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 4 o'clock in the morning, and so on. Okay. All right. So we'll add up the darkness bite after this bite. Okay. See you. Okay, friends. Good evening. So I'm back on this darkness bite. So before it gets too dark, I thought I'll have a small bite here. So probably you are able to see this beam, and it's quite good. And let me turn it this way now for you. So it can go pretty far, and the beauty is that it's got a hinge, so I can bring it close here, at times, and keep it far. So when there is not much traffic, I can keep it far, and then when I keep it close here, I think it's broad and good enough that if you see the circular edge on the left side, I'm not sure whether you can see it here. Yeah, So it's covering quite a good area. That means a little on the left. As I said, suddenly some pet animals jumping from left side on the road. So you are able to at least spot them in complete darkness. Now there is some light on the road, and another beauty of this beam is that when there are vehicles coming from behind you, then at least this light, which is very bright, you can keep dangling on the road to indicate that there is somebody ahead. And of course the tail lamp is there, but the tail lamp, according to me, is is small enough. So such a lamp is better indication. And as you can see, as you can observe, now I'm focusing it quite I'm focusing here on this sign, and if you observe, I'm focusing on the on a small home there inside, and it's at least 200 meters from me, at least 150 meters, and it's pretty bright. Okay, so I think it's good to have. And you can see I have lifted my head, so you can see this round edge of this lamp, and it's a pretty big area you get actually. So I would strongly recommend that this is a good device you must have on your helmet. Okay, all right, and it's rechargeable. So let me hop on the bike and okay, so here we go. So as I was saying, now this area I'm focusing on, this left edge of the road is also very important for a cyclist. I am on the left of this white strip, but on the safety side, like you can see a lot of muck lying here. So when in darkness you don't see that, now it's all clean here, and suddenly you get some pebbles, stones and everything, and you can skid. And in Rajasthan there is a lot of sand and reti mixed with pebbles, and which is very dangerous. You can easily skid there, especially with a thin tire hybrid. Okay, I have now put a thicker tire here to avoid skidding, because I fell down a couple of times last year and it was a very bad fall. So now it's a little more dark, and as you can see, let me tilt this camera on the left side a bit. Okay, and now you can see the edge of this. So it's a fairly good visibility. Okay, and I think now my light is almost going and hitting the car, which is almost 500 meters from me. And with that, if I dangle my head, another advantage of this is you can dangle your head to indicate that the vehicles from front. So just like a blinker, the light which is moving is easily spotted. Okay, and what I was saying you, that I am on the leftmost part of this road, but in the middle I can focus this light just to indicate vehicles coming from back. When the light moves, especially the truckers, and I have seen actually that truckers obey light signals very well. In fact, the passenger car drivers are very bad, especially those from the cabby companies. They don't at all follow the light signals, etc. But truckers do follow it, and they respect it. This is not Diwali, but this is a typical indication that there is a dhaba here, and from a long distance then truckers spot it, and they halt it at their usual spots. Okay, so nice. I think I'll be back with another small bite when it is quite dark. Now there is some light on the road yet, around 7 o'clock, but I'll add another bite here in complete darkness. All right, see you then. Okay friends, so now is quite dark, and you can see the advantage of this is that you can see these indicators that there is a left turn, and nicely marked the fluorescent arrows, and with your flasher it flashes for you and also for the vehicles behind. So that's another good thing, that for the vehicles coming from behind, they know that there is a moving object ahead if they don't spot your tail lamp. But as I said, I don't much believe in tail lamp being seen. In fact, from a safety perspective, the fluorescent jacket is much better, because it always is clearly visible at night when all these heavy vehicles and buses come from behind you. Okay, so this was just to give you this safety idea, and out of a lot of rough experiences on long haul solo rides, although I have carried the lamps put up on the handlebar, then the batteries put up on my helmet, but I find this as much more suitable, and it's quite wide. If you can see, the area on left is quite illuminated well, and as with my head I can quickly turn here and there. Another advantage I find is if a cyclist falls down, then the lamp stays with him. So many times in the case of an accident or a hit and run, the cyclist lies somewhere and the cycle has been dragged somewhere else. So the light should be with the cyclist, so that people in darkness spot him quickly. There's no point in spotting the bicycle. So that's all. I think I thought let me express my views on this safety in darkness, and I'm sure that all of you can find this quite useful, and please have safe rides. I would obviously not encourage either myself or others to do any ride in darkness, but you cannot really stop any ride exactly at sunset or before sunset. So even till about 9 o'clock such a thing is required. And now when we go towards winter, the days will end earlier, like 5:30 is pretty dark, 6 o'clock is quite dark, up in North India also. So it's better that you have such strong lamps, maybe 2 with you, 1 as a spare if you're doing long rides. All right, all the best, happy weekend, and enjoy your rides tomorrow Sunday. See you then.